It's finals week on MasterChef, and the battle for the title is almost over. Tonight, the 4 finalists cook off to secure a coveted place
Come on, quick.
in this year's MasterChef final,
This is remarkable.
and to face their most daunting challenge yet, Chef's Table.
Oh, it's a piece of art.
I think I'm gonna cry.
Pressure today is going to be huge. I need to trust my instinct, trust my gut feeling, and be confident and go for it.
I know in rounds before I've beaten these chefs. Now we're in the final 4. I don't see no reason why I can't get to the final 3.
I feel absolutely in my zone. Focus on my strengths and don't let any distractions derail you.
I've come so far from the start of this competition. I'm not ready for the journey to end. I've dreamt about lifting the trophy. Just have to get there now.
One dish separates you from a place in the final 3. You owe it to yourselves to reach for the stars. Please don't fall at this hurdle. What we want from you is a classic, but your interpretation of a classic. Your dish has just got to be incredible. Simple as that. We wish you the very best of luck. 1 hour, 45 minutes. Let's cook.
One of us in this room is going to go home. I just have to make sure it's not me.
This is a very important day today. Place in top 3. I'm just simply loving every moment of it. I feel like dancing and singing. I just want to cook and cook. I just want to express my love through food. That's what I meant to do.
Anurag loves the spice of India, and we have seen some classics from him before. At times, he's also taken those classics and turned them into something absolutely wonderful. And he can get through an enormous workload.
I got my spreadsheet getting bigger as we go through the stages. Now I have 3 pages. If I come next round, it'll be like, I don't know, 10 pages maybe.
Anurag, are you loving MasterChef in a way that you never thought possible?
Absolutely. It's not only just loving it, I never loved anything else like this.
How does your wife feel about that?
She's a person, this is a show.
Tell us, what's the dish and why is it a classic?
I love eating biryani. And when we make dum biryani, we seal the pot with bit of dough. And I love eating pie in Britain. I love them. So I thought, put biryani inside, so it'll be pie, but biryani.
Brilliant. Biryani, we know, is a classic. Rice and chicken. Dum biryani simply means that it's steamed within its enclosed case. You want the rice soft and gentle, and the chicken to be moist. Making that into a pie, does that cook the same? He's serving it with a spiced classic Indian sauce.
This is the salan sauce. I take on gravy, a mixture of dry spices and a lot of nuts.
Potato towers filled with mashed up paneer.
Creamy paneer to just give a flavor of serving a mash with pie.
Some fried chilies, which are going to be really, really hot. And then some cumin yogurt on the side.
Everything needs time, love, and care. So just finishing everything to the precision I want today.
You've had 30 minutes. Terry loves the technique of classic European food allied with the flavors of Japan. That's where her heart and soul is. And when it comes together, it is absolutely stunning.
I think I probably should feel comfortable in this round, but it's potentially the opposite. Like, there's an expectation on me to nail classic with a twist. I'm just gonna have to live up to that expectation now. I've tried to not overthink this one and just go for a dish that I would cook at home. And hopefully I'm gonna deliver them a perfect plate of food.
What are you making for us today?
Today, I'm making you steak and chips. Oh, it's just steak and chips to me is just the ultimate comfort food.
Oh, yes, I love a steak and chips. This can't be just steak and chips, though, can it?
No, it's not. Although the core elements, steak and chips, will remain the same. The whole thing will come together with miso hollandaise sauce.
I mean, I love the sound of it, but you are being really brave here. It's an absolute classic. There's very few places to hide. Why such a risk at this stage?
Go hard or go home today, isn't it? I don't want to go home by playing it safe. It means a lot to me, so I'd love to get to the final.
Good luck. Terry's going to have to seal that steak really well. Good amount of oil, lots of seasoning, nice dark crust around the outside.
I need to keep it a beautiful piece of meat, is my plan.
Then it's going to rest very, very well.
Oh, yeah.
Terry's chips are going to be cooked 3 times. And we know it's got to be crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside.
Yes, these bad boys. Come on. Ooh.
We then start to get Terry's twist on it. Hollandaise, and then we're adding miso.
Yeah, I like the flavour that miso brings. Like a more umami flavour.
Miso, hollandaise and steak, does that work?
Whew. Getting a dead arm now. Think everything is on plan. So far, so good.
Good.
But I'm sure it'll go wrong in the next 45 minutes. So yeah, hold the space.
Guys, you have an hour.
We have seen real original dishes from Omar along the way. He's been adventurous, exciting.
He's most certainly different. But I tell you what, he never is, and that's boring.
I feel really focused today. Some of the cooks in Istanbul were difficult. No, they're all stuck. I struggled a few times.
No.
But we're there to learn, so I want to kind of prove to John and Greg today why I deserve my place in the final 3.
You got a smile back on your face, Omar.
I
It's good.
do.
And hearts on your sleeve.
Yes, definitely. So I'm doing French onion soup as my classic dish today.
Whoa.
So I've took the key components and doing it my own kind of way.
French onion soup, warming, comforting, and you're going to take it apart?
No, it's not deconstructed. It's a different take on the flavours. Everything I'm putting in front of you is new, it's inventive. I want to keep showing myself, keep showing you what I've learned, and show you that I can do it with finesse.
Good luck, Omar. French onion soup, made from onions, beef stock, lots of black pepper, bread, and some cheese. We have a caramelised onion soubise. Soubise is a classic French sauce made from lots and lots of onions with cream added to it. Instead, he's going to caramelise the onions, put cream in it, and then puree it. That's going to be our base.
It's really good.
On top of that, we've got a half onion, which is going to be roasted in beef stock. Then some onion skin, which is going to be charred and powdered.
To make an ash, to add some bitterness to the dish. I'm excited.
And in between that, we've got a bechamel sauce with 4 different cheeses in it. The broth is a beef stock with dashi stock.
But yeah, bringing in some of the Japanese and Asian flavours that I love today.
Dashi has got seaweed in it and a little bit of dried fish.
It's tasting really good so far.
Omar's fusion here is quite incredible.
We have a dough with onions and cheese inside it and then deep fried, which I think sounds absolutely delightful.
Yeah, it's quite intricate, this part. The pastry needs to stay fairly thick, but not too thick that you can't taste it.
As in all good dishes, it's a balance. Onion on onion on onion. Is that possible?
Getting through everything on time, so I think we're in a good place so far.
You got 45 minutes left, everybody.
I have pushed myself to the limit today. But food tastier when you're happy. That's why I need to be happy every time I cook, isn't it?
Sharia has an absolute love for Thai food. We've seen many inventions of her own doing alongside the flavours of Thailand.
Creativity in bundles. But more than anything, her food tastes great.
I love to stick with some of the classic. However, you can't just present your dish like a 1980s classic. You need to adapt to the new generation, but the flavor is still classic. It's a lot of technical thing to do. but I think it's gonna be good. I'm making you sausage and mash today.
Go on, go on.
First twist is Sai Ua, Northern Thailand sausage. That's the first twist. Second twist, it doesn't look like sausage because I'm gonna make it look like a pork chop.
You've got some charcoal over there. What's happening with that?
So I will smoke the sausage with the charcoal. So you have this nice smoky flavor. Like when you go to street food in Chiang Mai,
Hey!
I want to bring some Northern Thailand food to Western. I want to fusion them, I want to marry them, and then to create something new, something you never have it before.
Sausage and mash, here we go.
Thank you.
We have got minced pork with all the flavours of this Thai classic sausage called Sai Ua. Lots and lots of pork, turmeric, huge amounts of chilli.
That's so good. It's very spicy. Woo!
That's going to be reformed onto a pork bone, then wrapped in caul fat, and then barbecued with charcoal underneath, so it looks like a pork chop. That pork mince needs to be cooked all the way through and can't be dried.
Yeah, it looks good. That's how I like it.
And the gravy around the outside is gravy flavoured with fish sauce.
Fish sauce gravy will be a bit salty.
She's then got mashed potato made with brown butter and flavoured with the Jerusalem artichokes. So it's going to go slightly nutty.
More butter. More butter, more butter, more butter.
Chariot has combined big flavours and cross-culture food before, and it's worked brilliantly. I hope she's got it right this time.
Now done. This is good.
How long have we got?
15 minutes.
OK, then I need to go and get my chips on. They're already cooked, so I just need to crisp them.
Wow, clever. Very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, all good. Ah.
I won't pretend I'm on schedule.
How many minutes?
You've got just 5 minutes, guys.
Hot, 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 hot.
Just trying not to mess it up in the last few minutes, which always seems to be my downfall.
Right, Anurag, you need to get something on a plate. Don't run out of time.
You don't know whether that's cooked in there, do you?
No.
You won't know until you come up to the table.
No.
We have 90 seconds left.
Ooh.
Finishing touches. Come on, quick, 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 quick.
Really happy.
OK, time is up.
Ooh. I didn't think that was getting on a plate.
Well
done.
Ooh.
Anurag, please, sir.
For a place in the final, Anurag has cooked a chicken biryani in hot cross pastry with roasted potatoes filled with spiced paneer, cream and peas, fried turmeric and lime chili pepper, cumin yogurt, sugar-glazed apricots, and a ginger, tamarind and cashew gravy.
It's quite a big pie.
Yes, and we'll see if the chicken is cooked through or not.
You don't know if the chicken's cooked.
Well, it looks pretty cooked to me, chef.
Anurag, this is remarkable. It's tender chicken, really well spiced, potatoes cooked beautifully and soft, salty paneer with all the flavouring running through it, pickled vegetables if you want a bit of sharpness on the side. You want it to go a little bit sweet, have a bit of apricot then. Love it. I do not have a fault or a complaint about this dish at all, Anurag.
Anurag, you clever, clever boy. I love it to bits. It might be my favourite dish of yours so far. I think this kind of East meets West, let's put me biryani in a pork pie, is just a stroke of absolute genius. I'm just so impressed with it.
Thank you very much.
Well done. Super, very done.
Very, very, very happy. Judges got my vision.
Smash.
I think I'm really feeling proud about my dish today.
Charia's take on the classic sausage and mash is homemade Thai-flavoured sausage with galangal, lime leaf, chilli and turmeric. Served with brown butter and Jerusalem artichoke mash, sautéed onions, Savoy cabbage, fresh peas, crispy shallots, and a beef and fish sauce gravy.
I think it's alarmingly clever. Your sausage chop is so beautifully flavoured. Galangal, most certainly. Chilli in there as well. We've got softened onions, the bite of cabbage, sweetness of pea. That crispy shallot has also got pepperiness and sweetness to it. I need to marvel at how beautifully presented it is, how well made it is.
Thank you.
I think it's absolutely incredible. I have got the textures of sausage and mash, which I did not expect. Your gravy is sticky like good old-fashioned homemade gravy with beef stock, but then the saltiness of fish sauce. And then this pork mince, the flavours inside of a classic Thai dish. It's sweet, it's sharp, it's spicy. I think it's great, Sharia.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well done, Cherry.
Well done.
It's risky to make this fusion food. Sometimes some people like it, some people doesn't like it. For me, everything goes as planned. So, mission accomplished.
Omar has made his version of French onion soup. Beef and miso roasted onion on caramelized onion puree, topped with a 4-cheese bechamel sauce, coriander and seaweed breadcrumbs, and a burnt onion ash. Served with a roasted onion beef dashi broth and a deep-fried cheese and onion donut.
It doesn't taste anything like French onion soup, but it does taste really good. I like the cheesiness that's coming through the top and the little breadcrumbs around the outside. I think the actual broth itself with the dashi, you've got the flavour of beef stock and a little bit of seaweed. The amount of work in here, I think, is admirable, and I don't know how you come up with this stuff.
I think it's absolutely delightful. The donut is a great idea with sticky, cheesy saltiness in there, and again, a little bit of sweetness, but it's a little doughy and a little undercooked in the middle. However, you are undoubtedly an original thinker and a very clever cook.
There was things that were good, which I can never take for granted when I'm cooking. But there was also a few little issues I kind of knew that I could have perfected.
Terry's classic is fillet steak. With crispy tobacco onions, onion puree, beer pickled onions, triple-cooked chips, and a miso hollandaise sauce, scented with a bourbon smoke.
That smoke's actually quite strong, and it's almost sweet. Well done.
Your steak is cooked really, really nicely. The outside of it, you've got a little tiny bit of salt and a little bit of ground black pepper, but you can afford to do more of that. I like your onion rings, I think they're good. But the chips themselves, I would like them to have more colour on the outside and a fluffier inside. They feel to me as they haven't been in the fryer long enough.
I really like your miso hollandaise. That almost meaty yeastiness of the miso, I think is great.
Thank you.
My only issue are those chips. We could have had all the same colour and all the same size. That would have showed real attention to detail.
I feel a bit emotional after that. I don't feel great. Thank you.
Keep your head up.
I didn't quite realise there was a problem with the chips. I think I'm just a bit worried now.
Nothing short of remarkable what these four are serving up.
We are talking professional level here. We've got so much skill on show.
That was intense. There's no common ground. Everybody's so distinct.
So we should all be really proud.
Absolutely. We've done so well to come this far, right? Yeah.
Who do you think has got it in them to not just cope with the massive challenge that comes next, but also ultimately lift that title?
I can clearly see how, as a person, individual, I'm growing. That's winning for me.
It's going to be a massive decision. We've all come so far. It would be heartbreaking to go home today.
And I never came into this competition thinking I'd get this far. You just kind of have to hope that you've done enough.
The only thing I can do is pray and finger cross and toe cross, everything cross. I gave it all.
You four have to realise how brilliant you really have been. And what you've achieved in this competition is incredible. From the bottom of my heart, honestly, a real privilege and a real pleasure.
The contestant leaving the competition is... Terry.
Thank you, guys. It's been a pleasure.
You have had an absolutely fabulous competition. Thank you so, so much for all your hard work.
Good luck, everyone. Good luck.
Take care.
I am gutted to be going home. Without this competition, I wouldn't have reached the level of cook I am now for years to come. It pushes you to be the best. I've done a lot of things that you don't get to do in normal life. You can't pay for that kind of experience. I'm really proud of myself.
Congratulations, you are our final three.
Oh my God.
Guys!
One of you is going to be lifting the trophy.
No words can describe this feeling. This is just beyond happiness. Now I am standing in this spot. It's a huge honor, I would say.
I can see the glimmer of the trophy from very far away. Oh my God. I was standing there having a goosebump. I couldn't believe it. I was so happy. Like a dream, like a dream.
Once you get a taste for this competition, you just want to keep going and experience everything. So to know that you're going to get to do every part of this competition is just, yeah, it's blowing my mind a little bit.
Next up, you three have the honour of cooking at Chef's Table. Ladies and gentlemen, we're sending you to 3-star Restaurant Core with Claire Smith. Prepare to be wowed.
No?
In the heart of West London's iconic Notting Hill lies an award-winning restaurant. Headed up by one of the world's most prominent and respected culinary talents. The 3 Michelin-starred
Okay, Emma, let's go.
Claire Smith, MBE.
I grew up on a farm in Northern Ireland and at a young age saw firsthand the work that went into producing food. So I had a great respect for it. Bought my first cookbook at age 15, Anton Mosselmann's Cuisine à la carte. And in that, I just was blown away. He was the head chef at the Dorchester Hotel in London, and that just took my mind away, thinking, wow, this is incredible. This food looks amazing, and that's what I want to do.
Determined to follow in the footsteps of her culinary hero, Claire went on to classically train in some of the most celebrated kitchens in the world.
I've always been inspired by the best restaurants and the best chefs. So my journey really started out in college and then moving to London. I worked with Bendham and South Kensington before moving on to work with Gordon Ramsay, Alan Ducasse, and then back to Restaurant Gordon Ramsay as a head chef, then chef patron. I was very lucky to work with some really, really good mentors.
In 2017, she opened Core by Claire Smith, and within 3 years achieved the ultimate culinary accolade.
3 Michelin stars was very important to me to do it for myself, but it had to be in a way that was really, truly my own style. It's about celebration of fine British cuisine and British gastronomy. But ultimately, I really wanted to use humble and sustainable ingredients that I grew up with that had a real meaning and nostalgia to me, but using my skill and technique as a chef to create something spectacular that was truly worthy of 3 Michelin stars. To have 3 amateurs come into this level, it is a tough, tough challenge. These are really, really complicated dishes, so they need to be organized and approach it like real, true professionals. Welcome to Core. How are you?
Wonderful.
Good, nervous?
Very.
Today, you've got a really big challenge. You're going to be cooking a very, very special lunch service for some of the top chefs in the country, good friends of mine that know my food well. Discipline is key. No pressure. There's an awful lot of work, so we need to crack on. So you ready?
Yes.
Cool. Let's go.
The beauty of Claire's food is that she takes the ordinary and turns it into the sublime. And now our 3 have the privilege to walk into that kitchen and work alongside her. Get a little bit of that magic.
This is a lesson in ultimate refinement and the art of the exquisite.
Anurag will be in charge of Claire's British seaside-inspired starter. Steamed crab claw dressed in a crab consommé jelly and sea herbs, with crab, apple and celery salad, topped with a crab sabayon and caviar, and served with a crab consommé.
The dish is really inspired by the simple art of eating like freshly steamed crab. This dish is using every single part of the crab. It's something I'm really passionate about, that nothing ever goes to waste. Taking that claw and tasting it and that beautiful sweetness, let's create the dish around that. What we have here is this crab claw, which we've extracted in one piece. Removing the crab claws needs to be very gentle, so we end up with this beautiful nugget of meat. But if that's not perfectly cooked, that won't happen. It won't come apart. And then you've got a crab consommé jelly on the top. Okay, you're going to take this off. We've just got some seaweed and lemon zest. Hot rock. You're going to put your crab claw on here.
Beautiful, Chef.
People often look at a dish and they'll think it looks quite simple. In here, you're going to put your crab salad, making sure there's no shell in it. But they don't see all of the elements and all of the things that go into making it taste like that. This is the crab sabayon.
Yep.
Caviar. Just adding that beautiful salinity and luxury to the dish. The consommé, we're going to be looking for a real depth in it, but also this beautiful clarity.
Nothing I've ever tasted something like that.
Confident?
Yeah, it's very exciting. All the elements are very complex, but I am a process guy. So it's kind of my style of cooking and working, more importantly.
Anurag's first job is to prep the crab by removing the claws and legs from the body.
I'm touching crab for the first time in my life today, other than eating it in restaurants. Oh, it's quite hard.
Before perfectly steaming each part until just cooked.
Claws and the legs are in 10 minutes I'll put the body in.
Yeah, turn the temperature up.
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chef.
Charya will be cooking the opulent main course, created around a British classic.
People come from all over the world to dine here. I love to tell them a story about the Victorian era of beef and oyster pie. People used to put lots of oysters into a pie to bulk out the protein because oysters were cheap. Now, oysters are expensive, but we also have incredible Wagyu beef. So I wanted to show the quality of these ingredients side by side.
Seared Wagyu beef fillet topped with a poached oyster wrapped in raw Wagyu, with a beef and stout sauce and an oyster emulsion. Served with braised Wagyu beef shin on pom puree with diced oysters, sea fennel and an oyster crisp.
Even though it's about a pie, we're trying to make it something that's really, really beautiful and elegant.
We're going to first of all start with our take on the oyster pie. You're going to make a pom puree.
Right.
So just a very small amount.
Okay.
This is a braised beef shin. We also have a little bit of diced beef tongue. We do love to use all the parts of the animal, gives all that extra flavour and texture. The speed is quite important for this. You need to get that beef shin on straight away because it's going to take a couple of hours to cook.
Yes.
So some diced oysters into the top. That will get topped off with oyster crisp.
Wow.
You're going to paint this so that it looks like an oyster shell.
Okay.
At the last moment, you will sear your piece of Wagyu beef.
The Wagyu beef, it's an incredibly expensive ingredient.
So you're looking for nice and pink in the middle.
It has to be cooked to perfection. The sauces are always a really, really important thing for me, getting that lovely texture.
We top it off with an oyster emulsion.
When it's mixed with the oyster emulsion, that makes it super silky smooth.
I come from Northern Ireland. It's a real tradition of eating Guinness with oysters.
I see. Beautiful.
Oh my God.
It melts in your mouth. That is so good.
We've got lots to do.
Yeah. Can I pack this home?
Yeah. Well, let's get started.
Thank you. Her dish is phenomenal. It's not gonna be easy at all, but I'm up for the challenge.
Cooking of the Wagyu beef is key to a perfect beef and oyster pie.
Where's the pepper?
And Charya needs to braise it well before service to make sure it has enough time to tenderize.
This is a massive learning curve today. Never cooked Wagyu before. Never cooked oyster before either.
Omar will be finishing today's event with Claire's signature chocolate and hazelnut dessert.
Are you good at pastry? Is this a strong point?
Not necessarily.
Okay, it's going to be fun then.
The core teaser.
My favourite sweet growing up as a child was a Malteser. And it is that nostalgic, it sits so well with people, it's delicious. But we, of course, have taken it to make this light chocolate dessert with lots and lots of techniques to make it something very, very beautiful.
One of the first things you're going to do is your core teaser so that it can freeze. When we cut into it, you'll see all the layers inside.
And the idea is that it's as light as a feather.
This is your hazelnut ice cream, so we get that setting.
But there's a lot of work to get done, a lot of timing to get right.
This is the malt puff. It's essentially a sugar. You're going to put it into the vacuum pack machine, then it's going to swell up, and you should end up with this wonderful aerated malt sugar.
For someone that's not familiar with pastry work, that's quite a challenge.
When you do dress it, you've got to be quite quick because that malt will start to melt.
Gotcha.
And then you've got some milk chocolate feathers here. Have you tempered chocolate before?
No.
How do you feel about making this one?
Yeah, it looks quite daunting. Lots of new techniques to learn.
There is no room for errors.
You can definitely taste the inspiration. Looks very delicate and dainty, quite different to my usual style of cooking. I think it's just the pressure to deliver someone else's dish and meet the standards that they have. There's lots to do, lots to learn.
The finalists have just 3 hours to bring together Claire's award-winning dishes.
When you're cracking the shells, be really clean and precise because what you don't want to do is spend all the time picking all the shell out after.
First, Anurag has to delicately pick out all the white flesh for the salad.
There is no option for me to leave a single fragment. It's, after all, it's 3 Michelin star.
followed by the brown pulp from the body, which will be used to make the sabayon.
It's messy job, huh?
It is. We do most of our cooking by hand, actually, in India. So I feel it more comfortable with hands, to be honest.
On the main, Charia's beef shin is braising. But she's struggling to butcher her Wagyu fillets into identical 100-gram portions.
That's way too big.
I would take it straight down the middle. Just make sure it's nice and even.
This is not gonna make it. It's not, no. This is too thin.
And she's falling behind getting her stout sauce started, as she needs the Wagyu trimmings for its base.
Melt the beef fat in the saucepan over medium heat. I'm just focusing. Everything is very hard so far.
Terry, just watch this here, because we're starting to get some bits are getting a bit too dark, yeah? And if you catch one piece of beef and it's burnt on the sauce, it'll just ruin the sauce. So just be careful there. Cherry at the stage that needs to start moving because time's going to go away. As soon as you sweat down, get the liquid in, and then you can push it to one side and let it cook, OK?
Yeah. Still a lot of things to do.
On pastry, Omar needs to work quickly to get all the elements of his chocolate dessert set in time.
We're just making the ice cream now. We've infused the milk and cream with the hazelnuts, and then we just need to heat up to 84 degrees. Oh, sorry, Chef.
The hazelnut ice cream isn't the only element that needs time to set. He also needs to tackle the 4 different layers of the centerpiece courtiza, starting with the wafer-thin chocolate and hazelnut praline biscuit base.
Is that OK or thinner?
A little bit more. It's gonna be like 5 millimeters.
Very precise. I don't know why I'm surprised. Lots to get right and lots to learn. So it's just making sure everything's done perfectly.
We really need to speed up.
OK, how are you getting on?
Yes, OK, I think, Chef. I'm just trying to go as fast as I can.
Once this is in the freezer, then you've got a little bit of time to do the rest of the elements, yeah, but this is really important. It's very tight for time. You're going to need to get these in as quick as you can.
Yes, Chef.
OK, guys, we've got 1.5 hours to go before service. OK?
Yeah, thank you, Chef.
Yes, Chef.
You can go a little bit faster and full speed, please.
Yes, Chef.
With half the prep time gone, Anurag has almost finished taking apart his crab.
Really gently? Yeah, perfect. 6 portions, all the same, yeah?
It's not very straightforward. You don't expect to be hammering such big knives on such a delicate piece of meat. I think this is done.
But he still needs to make a start on his consommé.
You can see the recipes like Never Ending is 4-pager. Timing is very crucial.
And to ensure its rich flavor, he needs to caramelize the crab shells in the pan first.
Trying to golden them up before I add other vegetables and stock in that.
The colour on that consommé is going to give it that depth. Anything that goes slightly above that, you're going to get a bitterness.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just get all the maximum flavour out of it. How long does your consommé need to cook for?
This will take another 15 minutes for the clarification to start after that.
Yeah, but you need to chill it down before you start to clarify it.
Across the kitchen, Charia is also up against it.
I'm struggling. Oh, my Lord.
What I'd like you to do is get that sauce passed off because it's starting to go dry there. And then we go on to the oysters, all right?
Yeah, thank you. It's very high up and I can't reach them and it's heavy. Can I do on the floor? No, I can't do on the floor. It looks really nice. Glossy. That's so good. Right, I'm gonna open the oyster next one. I haven't opened the oyster before. You wanna see me cut myself? Oh boy.
Sharia's got a lot to do still. She's got to start really rallying. Always a wiggle. It's really about speed, them attacking it a bit more.
Omar's finally ready to start building his core teasers.
You know how much you need to put in each one?
24.
Looks good.
On top of the malt mousse is a disc of delicate aerated chocolate, followed by chocolate cream
You need a little bit more in here.
and the hazelnut chocolate biscuits.
And we're gonna put in the blast chiller.
Thankfully, the main part now, the cortese, is in the chiller.
With 45 minutes to go, the guests are arriving. They all intimately understand the standards required to succeed at the highest level.
Claire's probably one of the best chefs in the world. For her to get 3 stars in the time it's took her, nothing short of phenomenal, so we're very proud of her. Very happy to be here on this side of the table.
This will be the biggest challenge of their lives. The food is of an incredible level. Claire glaring down on them, us sitting here. Whew.
They're gonna learn not just techniques, the discipline, how much respect you have to put to make a beautiful dish.
I think this is going to be very difficult. The expectations from Claire are going to be the same as it would at any other service. Well, I don't think she's going to let anything out that wouldn't be as it should be.
It's a tremendous pressure. They're very familiar with me, with my food, so they will be expecting this to be absolutely spot on.
At the moment, it's really, really tight for time.
It's really difficult.
They've got so many elements to pull together.
There's a lot of things to do, but yeah, I'm pushing.
Some of the elements still aren't even done yet. 45 minutes to go, it's going to be very, very tight.
Anurag's consomme is nearly ready, but it's vital that it's clarified properly.
How's that crab consomme?
It's just a matter of the raft coming out and it's a clarified, clear.
Let's try and get it a bit clearer than that.
My consomme didn't clarify it the way I wanted it to be. This is kind of a bit clarified, just need to settle down before I pour into the pots. So it'll be like crystal clear and just have the nice taste to it.
Okay, Anurag, we need to get moving. You need to get that jelly finished. We're serving in 20 minutes, okay?
Thank you.
All right.
It is tight. It's just like just one after another.
Just go for it. That's it. Yeah, 3 more.
Have you checked there's no shell inside?
Yeah,
they're all perfectly
washed them
clean.
properly and-
Okay.
With service looming, Charia still has to make her oyster emulsion.
If you blend it too long and it gets too hot, it'll split.
Ah, right.
You want to focus to make sure you get it right.
I'm scared now.
And create the delicate oyster crisps which top her pie.
The oil is very hot. Now, you need to use the 2 big spoons to flat them up, otherwise it's gonna curl like a snail. I have made the rice cracker before, but this is another level.
You want to try and get a nice point on it?
Yes. I'm trying to shape it, then paint it with the activated charcoal and the vodka to make it like a oyster pattern. I've never done anything like it before. It does look like oyster shell.
Omar's core teasers are finally set.
Yeah, let's get those out nice. Be careful you don't get any fingerprints in them, because you're really going to see that
Yes, sir.
at the end result. You're not all perfect.
Let's go. We need to hurry up a bit, huh? Little bit more. Yeah, perfect. That's it. Be careful when you grab, eh?
You are 30 minutes away now, yeah?
But with service fast approaching, Omar is yet to start on the technically demanding malt caramel sugar puff.
We really need to speed up.
Yeah, chef. Meant to be quite aerated, kind of all puff up. Not really sure how you get there, but let's see.
With the caramel ready, Omar needs to work fast to get it into the vacuum packing machine before it cools.
Oh, is the temperature? It's good?
Yeah, still really hot.
You're gonna create like a ball?
Yes.
If the temperature of the caramel drops, it won't swell up and set into an aerated ball, and the dish will fall apart.
That is crazy.
Okay, well done.
I think this feels okay.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, team, first course goes out in 5 minutes. Yeah, okay?
Thank you.
Anurag, you're going to be first to go.
Thank you, chef.
Okay, so we really need to go.
Perfect, thank you very
I
much.
don't have, okay?
This is a real challenge. It's not easy for a professional chef that does it every day.
A bit short on the time. Still have a lot of things to do.
These are amateurs coming in and seeing this for the first time.
I don't think I'm getting this, chef. Yeah, it's really intricate.
So it's a real test of skill and technique and knowledge. You're going to have to draw from everything they've ever learned to be able to deliver this.
Right, guys, I'm so looking forward to this.
Super excited.
Really excited. Cheers.
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 Anurag, we're going to get all the elements together. I want to taste them all, make sure they're all absolutely perfect, make sure you're happy. How's that crab consommé? It's just not as dark as it normally is. Have you seasoned these?
No, not yet.
Okay, let's get a little bit of salt.
I love crab. What a beautiful way to start a meal.
Yep, let's go with the salad.
Let's hope we don't find any shell in the crab meat.
Yeah, that's good. Where's your sabayon?
Sabayon is always very tricky.
It's all about the speed now, okay?
It should be very light and should almost just disappear when it hits your tongue.
That's enough? Yeah, perfect. Perfect, flush straight away. I mean, it's looking good. It's good.
Thank you, chef.
The consomme's got to be crystal clear. It's got to be absolutely precise, no fat in there. The contestants have got their work cut out with that.
Service, please.
Wow, it looks incredible. The consomme isn't as clear as I would hope, but obviously I'm looking forward to tasting it.
I thought you did a great job.
I was shaking inside, but I really enjoyed it.
Well done. Now you can do the fun bit and clear down your section.
Absolutely, love it. Cheers, thank you. I was very happy with the execution, how everything came together, the plating, the kind of confidence I'm getting by working in this environment. That is priceless.
The crab clog, it was perfectly cooked with a jelly on top. Two together was beautiful.
The fresh crab salad with the sabayon, I thought the balance of that was perfect.
The consomme looked a little bit cloudy, but boy, did it pack a punch.
This is incredible. You know, the fact that Anurag actually had to prepare this crab from scratch, do all these techniques to it, he should be very proud of himself. So, yeah, amazing. Amazing start.
It's opulent, it's got real style, real flavour. It's just beautiful.
This is exquisite. There's a lot of technical work here. Well done, Anurag.
Chario, you've got 6 minutes, OK?
Yep.
And there's a lot of elements to pull together on the dish, OK?
Yes. I'm barbecue the Wagyu beef, medium rare. I have no idea how to do this, but I'm gonna wing it.
The beef and oyster, one of my favourite all-time combos.
Oh, it's hot.
You've got to make sure that the Wagyu beef is perfectly cooked.
Be very careful not to overcook this. It's super, super thin.
Yes, chef.
OK, let's get those off. We've got to be really fast, yeah? Make sure they're all the nice size, brushed. Then we take everything on the pass, OK?
I mean, even us chefs bringing this dish together, it would be a daunting challenge.
Just make it look beautiful. Looking good. Pie's done. Now you're going to do your oysters. Okay, here we go. Let's get these wrapped.
A lot of techniques with the oyster, even just down to opening the oysters themselves and getting them perfect.
Make sure they're all the same. To be successful, everything's about consistency. Quick, quick, quick.
That little stout sauce.
Oh.
I'm really excited to see how they pull it off.
Service, please. Thank you.
Oh, that's clever.
Well done.
Thank you so much. Thank you. This is like dream. Am I dreaming? I'm not sure. I was so nervous. I hope it's 20% as good as yours. Oh.
That just looks like an Irish stout.
It does.
I mean, I think the presentation is pretty wow.
Look at the lid of the oyster.
It's beautiful.
There's a lot of work in here.
I couldn't believe I just cooked for the 3 Michelin star restaurant. If I tell anybody, nobody will believe me.
That is perfect.
A lot of pressure, but overall, a really good day. A very good day.
I mean, the richness of this shin, to braise that, it's not a 5-minute job to get it so it flakes with the pomme puree underneath and the little saltiness of the oyster.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
The beef itself perfectly cooked. The oyster wrapped in the carpaccio, I think it's incredible.
The oyster emulsion that was in with the sauce kind of just smoothed it all out. Very nice.
This tastes absolutely fantastic because it stays really true to the flavour of oysters, beef and stout. I mean, that's really brilliant.
Beautifully done. Good touch by Charia there.
Omar is last to face service.
We need 18 good feather.
Chocolate feather technique is a very precise.
My only concern now is just making sure it's exactly like Claire's is during plating. Yeah, I think my chocolate leaves have come out okay. They don't look exactly like Claire's, but I'll take it.
The ice cream, the kitchen is a little bit hot. To make that perfect, it is a challenge.
There we go. It's better.
Are you ready?
I think we're good.
Okay, you ready?
Yes,
Go.
sir.
The most important thing is speed with pastry because it'll melt.
Yes, sir.
If you can just set the tray down and then use 2 hands, it's going to be more stable. Yep, these are your 6 nicest ones, yeah? The ice cream's just going to go on the top here.
Sorry, Chef, I'm a bit stuck.
It's looking good.
Because it's got such a reputation as Claire's signature,
Okay, great.
there's going to be a lot of pressure.
Yeah, speed up as fast as you can, yeah?
Yes, sir.
It's the last part of the meal.
Okay, final touches. Feathers on.
It's the last thing as a guest you remember, so it has to be perfect.
Yep, good.
Service.
Wow. It's a piece of art in front of us.
I mean, what a finish. This looks beautiful.
Omar, well done.
Thank you so much,
Good.
Claire.
I will give you a hug, but I don't want to get covered.
Yeah, please don't.
Oh.
Fantastic dessert. It's kind of rich and light at the same time.
It's hard to believe that an amateur made this. Come on. I need a number. I need a number.
Delivering and the execution, it's absolutely incredible. The depth of technique. I've done this only for 35 years, and I would struggle doing that.
Omar has presented with us something here today that I'm going to remember forever. It's just like transporting me back to my childhood of like eating these chocolate bars, these textures, the lightness, the crunch. It's so nostalgic. I think I'm going to cry. Honestly, it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful.
The skill in here is incredible. Lovely, sweet, light mousse. That ice cream is delicious and smooth. It's amazing.
Omar's dessert may well be my dish of the day.
That was amazing, honestly, like, to cook at this level. I've learned so much. It seems like the two things throughout the competition that aren't really my things are cooking in Michelin-star kitchens and cooking desserts, but today, here we are, and yeah, I've absolutely loved it.
Well, today I ate a 3 Michelin star meal. You made that, so you should be so proud.
The three of you today have created something which is really, really memorable.
The technique and the drive and also the ambition you've shown, we could taste it. So it's been a privilege to be here, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
It was a good day today. Obviously, a huge challenge.
Well done, team.
They've never cooked like this before. These are techniques that they've never come across, but they did so well, and I'm super happy with them.
Claire Smith, she's my idol. Cook one of her dishes is an honor. I'm really proud of what I have achieved today.
I'm absolutely bubbling and buzzing with energy after today. It was amazing. I would always cherish this experience.
That was one of the toughest cooks, but I enjoyed every minute of it. Today's just given me so much confidence. I'm ready to fight it out and maybe win the title.
You've got to hand it to these three. That was nothing short of absolutely fantastic.
We are in for an absolutely ripper final. One of these three amateur cooks is going to be our champion.
Next time, it's the MasterChef final.
Oh, where did it go?
I've always wanted to push the limits a bit in this kitchen.
I can do this, I can do this, I can do this.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
It's absolutely delicious, highly addictive, truly glorious, fabulous, beautiful, brilliantly clever.